Well, this week our spotlight shines on a city known for grand hotels, fine dining, high-end shopping, and the occasional celebrity encounter. Feel like a star as we take you to beautiful Beverly Hills with Lisa Cedillo.
Welcome to this spotlight on the beautiful and rich city of Beverly Hills. Today's first stop, Greystone Mansion. Beverly Hills. It's home to the most famous, wealthy, and powerful people in the world. Its city zip code became a household name in the 90s with the mega hit TV drama Beverly Hills 90210, produced by former resident, the late legendary Aaron Spelling. Merely 6 square miles in size, Beverly Hills is a small town, but for decades has been a must-see destination to tourists traveling to California. Rodeo Drive is one of the most exclusive and celebrated shopping streets ever, and home to famous designer boutiques like Gucci, Armani, Chanel, Valentino, and Christian Dior. The jewelry stores boast names like Cartier and Tiffany. Rodeo also houses the single most expensive store in the world, Bijan. Shopping here is by appointment only, and be ready to spend about $50,000 for a men's suit or $50 for a pair of socks. Ouch. And if your pocketbooks aren't that deep, department stores like Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus are nearby. And if you're in the mood for a beauty makeover, be sure to stop in at one of the city's plush salons like Jose Iber, where the stars come to get their signature looks for Hollywood's biggest events like the Oscars. For 4 decades, Jose Iber has been one of the most recognizable names in hairstyling. He has created trend-setting hairstyles for the likes of Liz Taylor, Cher, and Farrah Fawcett. And with Emmy season upon us, our very own Heather Dawson got the ultimate Iber treatment. From her golden locks to this fiery red new look, Heather and her hair are ready to rock any red carpet. Do you come here a lot?
We come here occasionally. We live close by. There's great produce and the flowers are wonderful, and it's just a great thing to do on Sunday mornings.
For a more local flavor, city residents can enjoy the Beverly Hills Farmers Market, open every Sunday, where they sell California's finest home fresh produce.
Since I've been here, it has grown somewhat. We've gotten in more farmers, a few more food vendors. Like I said, we had to move the market 2 years ago, and then I was able to set up the separate organic section, which people really like.
But one of Beverly Hills' best-kept treasures is the famous Greystone Mansion and Estate, to what was once the largest family estate in the history of the city. Welcome to Greystone Mansion. It was billed as a home by the Doheny family back in 1928, but now is owned by the city and open to the public to enjoy its beautiful surroundings all year round. From music in the mansion to high tea on the terrace and concerts in the courtyard, Greystone Park and Estate is a must-see in Beverly Hills. For this spotlight, I'm Lisa Cedillo.
Summer is almost here, which for many means getting out and getting grilling. But if you don't have a grill or you just don't feel like going to all the trouble, Chef Richard Blais, winner of Bravo's Top Chef All-Stars, has come up with some easy recipes that are truly smokin'.
They all have that sort of trendy, beautiful smoke flavor, but none of them force you to spend 2-3 hours outside on the grill.
The key, he says, is adding a little smoked ham, like this one from Boar's Head.
One of the interesting things about this product is the fact that it's flavored with beechwood, which was something, as a chef, I didn't cook with until this project. And beechwood, which is from Europe, Germany specifically for this product, lends a really nice, clean flavor. It doesn't give you a lot of bitter, sort of ashy aftertaste that a lot of heavily smoked foods can.
Blais says it's also extremely versatile.
This is a kale salad. I don't care what people say, kale is still cool. Kale is still on trend. And we have some dates in here, some kale, we have the beechwood smoked ham, some pepper jack cheese, some chickpeas, super healthy salad for dinner dish. One of my kids' favorite foods is fried rice. My kids are eating fried rice 2-3 times a week maybe. One of my favorite dishes as well. Here we've just taken the traditional pork fried rice, replaced the pork with beechwood smoked ham, and it gives it this dynamic smoky flavor, works really well with the ginger and soy and chilies. And this is an omelet with some caramelized onions, melty cheese, beechwood smoked ham, and a meal in itself.
In addition to several successful restaurants, including Juniper and Ivy in San Diego, Blais also has a James Beard award-winning cookbook. Try this at home. He says the secret to being a great at-home cook is not being afraid to make mistakes.
Have fun with it. Don't worry about specific recipes. Find a food you like fried rice, and say, okay, what's a base recipe for that? How can I add? How can I subtract? A great example is this spaghetti dish, right? Where we've taken something very traditional, pasta with pesto, and instead of basil, we've added broccoli to it. So all of a sudden, we're being incredibly creative. So start with a traditional idea and replace one ingredient, sub something else in, and you're gonna find that you'll be winning challenges at your cook-off block party, so to speak.
Without ever firing up the grill. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
Well, the best military in the world is about to become even more efficient, and the training is happening right here in California. Lessons from the War on Terror are the backbone of a new training program at Camp Pendleton. Soldiers are learning how to better identify a threat in a war zone. It's called Combat Hunter, teaching Marines to think and act like hunters to take out a terrorist before the threat becomes reality. Here's Tom Jordan.
A general store, greetings in the marketplace, games in the street, all the elements of a typical community in war-torn Iraq.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Including a surprise insurgent attack. But this is not Iraq, it's Camp Pendleton, and this is a new training program called Combat Hunter.
We liken it to nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide.
Greg is the combat specialist leading the Marine Corps' most recent innovation of combat training. The former police officer and his team bring a unique skill of observing, profiling, and tracking an enemy target from both city life and big game hunting to the battlefield.
Flak is stuff that we add on to the scenario to make it interesting. It creates an atmosphere where each Marine is a better intel gatherer, a better observer, and definitely has the ability to pick out insurgents and terrorists out of any type of crowd. There we go. Turn down that street, nice and slow.
His group of specially trained Marines are looking for certain behavior sets or domains that trigger a red flag.
The harder a person tries to conceal one of those domains, the more his human behavior characteristics will stick out.
In this scenario, Marines play Iraqi civilians in everyday Iraqi life: soccer, badminton, casual discussion, and the so-called hooligans, those deemed a high-risk priority. Every move, pattern, behavior being watched closely from as far away as 3,000 meters, where Marines with a trained eye are able to see a broader picture and a threat looming on the fringe of town. This man walking with a supposed limp, avoiding attention.
90% of hunting is finding what you're looking for. And then the last 10% is just engaging what you're looking for.
Colonel Fred Padilla says combat hunter training teaches Marines to find their enemies before their enemies strike, even in the confusing fog of war.
This helps to cut through some of that fog and friction, to enable Marines to understand their situation and make the right decisions.
In this exercise, behavior patterns indicate the hooligans here are just a distraction to a larger threat. Remember the man with a limp? Well, now he's attained his place as a sniper, positioned on a nearby rooftop.
3, 2, shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
A big part of combat hunter training is understanding the Iraqi mindset. The difference between an innocent civilian and a probable threat is key.
Where is Mecca now? Okay, we pray that direction. We do not face each other as we are praying.
We have the missing piece here. We have real Iraqis who have been in Iraq, who've been in Iraqi military and worked side by side with the U.S. forces for the last 3-4 years, so it's more real.
We're not affecting the innocent civilians that are out there. We'll be better at doing that.
Okay, do me a favor, be on the move.
Greg believes this training is doing just that and helping to knock down a major foe, Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda, because they've been faced with combat profiling over the last year, is failing miserably.
In many ways, Rancho Cucamonga High School is like a lot of high schools throughout Southern California. The home of the Cougars is a sprawling campus that focuses on a combination of academics and extracurricular activities like sports and cheerleading. But a new student club on campus is moving into a less traditional area by concentrating on student nutrition and healthy living.
It's called Healthy for Life Club. It's like healthy and then for life, because it's like the 4 things that we're trying to focus on: spiritual, mental, physical, and then nutritional. We meet every Monday after school and we do things that we can incorporate in our everyday lives to make ourselves healthier. We do physical activities, we learn about nutritional facts, and we're going to take those things and we're going to use them to apply it to the community so that we can help other people get healthy as well.
Assistant Principal of Education Services and Student Advisor Ursula Weatherton says it's important to catch teens in high school because they tend to be more independent.
Teenagers on a high school campus, they're not really under their parents' control anymore. They're out, they're driving, they're buying their own sorts of foods. And so we want to help them think about the choices that they're making and how it will impact them later in life so that they can start setting up some healthy lifestyle habits.
But the bottom line at any school is education. And nutrition can play a key part in enhancing the learning experience.
Poor nutrition and poor health are reflected in lower grades and poor performance in school. So we feel that by helping all of our students on the campus, we can help to close this achievement gap by getting some of our kids healthier, getting them to eat breakfast. It's going to help them to focus. It's going to help them to learn, getting them to move. There's research that proves that kids that are aerobically active, the physiology of learning is even improved. So that's our ultimate goal, for the kids to incorporate this into their lifestyles and to have that be reflected both in their learning and their food choices on campus.
But teaching healthy eating and living habits isn't just for high school age students, but extends well into elementary school. On campuses like Etiwanda Colony Elementary School, healthier food options are being offered to students, including a full salad bar stocked with fresh fruits and vegetables. And while kids have traditionally resisted such healthy fare, cafeteria workers are seeing a change in young people's eating habits.
We didn't used to have a salad bar that you could choose what you wanted. You had a salad bar that you just put the salad on your plate and you went on by. So now, yeah, it's a lot healthier, I think.
And at this school, students and teachers are planting vegetable gardens and fruit trees and hope to one day include the fresh produce grown on campus on the cafeteria menu. Not only teaching nutrition, but giving kids a new appreciation for where healthy foods come from. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Coming up, Wes Parker takes us to a California landmark that served as a set for Hollywood's biggest stars. And I don't just mean celebrities. Find out what I mean when we come back.
Make your reservations now for a mouth-watering weekend as the Lodge at Torrey Pines hosts the James Beard Foundation Celebrity Chef Tour, May 29th through 31st. Join A.R. Valentine Executive Chef Jeff Jackson, Food Network star Bo McMillan, and James Beard Foundation Award winner Carrie Nahabedian for 3 days of farm-fresh foods and fine California wines. Call 858-453-4420 or visit lodgetorreypines.com/JamesBeard.
Taste, celebrate, discover with the Paso Robles Cab Collective as they present the 3rd annual Cabs of Distinction Grand Tasting on May 2nd, a celebration of Cabernet Sauvignon and Red Bordeaux varietals perfected in Paso Robles. Cabs of Distinction will be held at the beautiful River Oaks Hot Springs and includes tastings of over 75 Cabernet and Red Bordeaux varietals from more than 25 wineries. Get your tickets now at PasoRoblesCab.com.
Founded by Jacques Lubin and his partners in 1990, Incplan USA has helped thousands of entrepreneurs to form legal entities throughout the world. Our clients have also made productive use of the various services that we offer: initial company registrations, bank consulting, virtual office services, and more. Incplan's clientele continues to grow primarily from customer referrals. We are affiliated with Corporate Holding Services, a highly respected Delaware firm that advises large U.S. and international corporations.
Welcome back to California Life. Now we're taking you high into the hills of Hollywood to visit one of the most star-studded places in California. It's been a shooting location for tons of Hollywood blockbusters like Transformers, The Terminator, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, and most recently, Yes Man. But probably the most iconic film shot there was Rebel Without a Cause. And there's even a statue of the film's star, James Dean, located in front of this California landmark. Wes Parker brings you the latest edition of The Good Life at the Griffith Observatory.
Nestled atop Mount Hollywood, the Griffith Park Observatory reopened its doors in November 2006 after being closed for almost 4 years and undergoing a $93 million renovation. Hello again, everyone. I'm Wes Parker for The Good Life. Today, on a gorgeous Tuesday afternoon, it's hot. The observatory, Griffith Park Observatory, has not opened yet, but as you can see, there's already a big crowd sitting in the shade on a weekday, waiting to get in and see this renovated, beautiful planetarium. On weekday mornings, the observatory is open exclusively to 5th grade students from around the state, who receive free private tours. The doors open at noon for all other visitors, and at 10 a.m. on weekends. The good news is admission to the observatory is free, as it has been since it opened in 1935. Dr. Ed Krupp, an author and expert in the field of astronomy, has been director of the observatory since 1974.
Colonel Griffith went up to Mount Wilson, which had the largest telescope in the world at the time. It was the 60-inch then. Looked through that telescope and said if everybody could look through that telescope, it would change the world. Well, everybody couldn't look through that telescope, and so Griffith said, I'm going to build one that we can get everybody to look through. And so he had this notion of a public observatory. The idea being that for people to look with their own eyes at the universe was a transforming experience. And that's what we do. We turn visitors into observers.
The only thing we were not able to show you today is what Los Angeles looks like from here at night. There is no better viewing spot than right here, Griffith Park Observatory. So if you come to LA, make sure this is one of your stops in the evening. This is Wes Parker for California Life, bringing you The Good Life.
If you'd like to see that stunning view for yourself, you can get more information at griffithobs.org.
Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orton has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. Lines are gone.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $400 for this.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, and I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
This instant wrinkle-removing miracle sells for $60, but get yours now for only $39.95, and will include a second tube free. Dr. Orton will even include these 3 anti-aging bonus treatments, a $200 value free. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-679-5040. That's 1-800-679-5040. Order now.
Attention! If you currently wear eyeglasses or contact lenses, stay tuned for an important message. Are you tired or frustrated with bothersome eyeglasses and contact lenses? If you answered yes, then LASIK might be just what you're looking for. And at the lasikvision Institute, our LASIK procedures now start at just $2.99 per eye. The lasikvision Institute's nationwide network of eye surgery centers offer the most comprehensive, reliable, and affordable vision improvement services available. With over 900,000 procedures performed since 1999, our independent surgeons are changing the way people just like you see the world. Call now to talk to a lasikvision Institute counselor and schedule a free evaluation. A $200 value, free. And for a limited time, LASIK procedures start at just $2.99 per eye. Plus, be sure to ask about our 0% interest finance programs.
Call 1-800-235-8106. 1-800-235-8106.
Your skin, it's a reflection of both your health and your vitality. And taking good care of it and keeping it well hydrated is key to keeping a healthy, youthful appearance. But many things can affect your skin's health and hydration. changes in the seasons, a diet filled with processed foods, or even exercise habits can all put stress on your skin if you're not taking the proper steps.
You'll look older, you won't feel refreshed, and your skin just won't be healthy. You'll get a lot more damage. So it's really important to keep up with the regimen and be consistent, just like you brush your teeth every morning.
Skin does have a natural barrier to help retain moisture, but this barrier needs to be properly maintained. So it's important to recognize the signs of proper skin hydration.
If your skin lacks oil, then it's dry, but if your skin lacks water, it's dehydrated. I have oily skin, but I also have dry skin. If I'm not drinking enough water or not using a regimen, then my skin can get dry.
But it's not always easy to tell if your skin is properly hydrated and moisturized. So Kiehl's, since 1851, has developed a tool that you can find at their department store counters that will help analyze your skin.
They just launched this new dehydration analyzer tool. You can go to any Kiehl's counter or store. They have consultants who will actually put this gadget against the surface of your skin and tell you precisely what your hydration or dehydration level is, and then they can help educate you.
And while that analysis will be much more detailed, Polly says there are a couple of basic places to start in developing a skincare regimen.
You should always start with a cleanser, rinse, wash, and then a toner. Kiehl's has an excellent one that's very gentle on the skin, and you just dab it on with a cotton ball and it just sort of cleans off the surface of the skin and adds a liquidy moisture.
Polly says that after that you should use a combination of a serum and a moisturizer to help revitalize your skin. And while there are many products on the market, Polly says she has found that products from Kiehl's 1851 rise above the rest.
I've been a beauty editor for over 15 years. I've tried every single product on the market, and a brand that just consistently raises the bar and has great products that work for anyone. My husband and I both use Kiehl's since 1851. It's just one of those brands that promotes healthy skin and are proven.
So take the time to look your best by taking care of your skin and stay hydrated by drinking lots of water. To learn more about Kiehl's since 1851, visit the Kiehl's counter at department stores like Nordstrom or online at Kiehl's.com. I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Thousands of people are sleeping outside or sharing makeshift tents with little to no protection from the elements in Nepal. But as survivors struggle to rebuild and recover, the approaching monsoon season has the already shell-shocked victims even more terrified. The monsoon rains are just weeks away and will put people at risk of waterborne disease and even landslides. CARE plans to give some 100,000 people emergency shelter kits that include water-resistant tarps, rope, and other essential items. And they need your help.
We're asking people to be generous and contribute to organizations like CARE. You can go on our website, www.care.org, and donate. Nepal is a poor country. It is going to take outside resources, the international community coming together to be able to meet the immediate needs.
Gail says every little bit will make a difference and help to provide families with food, drinking water, and emergency shelter. To make a donation to help the earthquake victims of Nepal, go to care.org and click donate.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, CaliforniaLifeHD.com. See you next time.